Hour, a source for positive mental stimulation and good vibes, filled with encouragement, inspiration, scripture, and affirmations. It's uplifting the world in support of peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. All information and resources are based on the research and opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This is Inspire Hour, and I'm your host, Toni-Williams. Welcome to all my new listeners and all of my day ones. If you are not a part of my day ones, it is time. Day ones can be found on Facebook. It's a private Facebook group. So go over there and check it out. Today we are talking about words of wisdom. There's always something going on, and there's so much negativity out there that we need some positive vibes. Everything we see on the news, what we see around us in our neighborhoods, even what we watch on television as far as shows, movies, that sort of thing, and even the music we listen to. How much positivity are we really taking in? So with all of that going on, and we're taking it all in, but how much positivity are we taking in? More than likely, not enough. So today we're taking some positivity. That way it starts our week off right, and we have some positivity flowing through us. And it's good for our mental and physical health. So this is words of wisdom. Now, like I said before, with everything that we watch and see and listen to, and even what we tell ourselves, how positive is it? And we need that positivity and encouragement and motivation as well as inspiration. So these are your words of wisdom. Now, the world itself has been going through a whole lot with the pandemic, health, even financially. So I just want to uplift you guys today. And you can share this with your family, friends, and coworkers, all those you love, and those that you encounter that you can clearly see need some uplifting. Lift your mood, and just be an inspiration to yourself and to others. Now, here's a couple of quotes for you today to get you going in a positive direction. With the right attitude, anything is possible. And that is very true. It's a very true quote. Because with the right attitude, anything is possible. If our attitude is really ugly and dirty and nasty, nothing good is going to be possible. Nothing good is going to come out of it. And not only would a bad attitude bring us down, but it would bring those down around us. And at that point, everything seems hopeless. And right now, we definitely do not need that. Now, the next one is, your expectations for any given situation will greatly influence the end result. So what does that mean? Now, there are times that our expectations can be unrealistic and just be out of tune with the universe. And that's with pretty much any given situation. Especially those situations where things seem really mundane, things seem like they're not going to get any better. Take the pandemic for example. As far as health and financial, if our expectations is that this pandemic is going to go away tomorrow. That makes the situation seem that much more down and out, and like there is no hope, there is no way that things are going to get better. So if we have more of a realistic expectation, things will look brighter. This pandemic, yes, it's going to go on for a while, but if we have those realistic expectations, we'll know that, okay, it's going to take time. That way it's not a letdown. And it really will greatly influence the end result. The end result could be things will get better. Our mood will be lighter. We can find the silver lining in this negative, impactful situation. And that's always a good thing, because if our expectations are really unrealistic, then the end result will be a huge letdown. And none of us need that. Now, the next one is, in this very moment, you hold the power to change someone else's life for the better. Go do it. That's another one that is very true. In this very moment, we do hold the power to change someone else's life for the better. Whether it is our spouse or our child or those loved ones. If we're more financially stable, we can help someone else. If we're more positive, we can uplift the mood and lighten the atmosphere for those around us. If someone is doing without, they need a place to stay, we have the room, we can take them in. And that's changing someone else's life for the better. With all the kind words and inspiration that you can give to someone else, when you give it, it is helping someone else's mental state, which helps their physical state. So why not go do it, right? The next quote is, "Giving is the reason for living." Another true quote. As a living being, we are to give to others, those in need, to ourselves, to our family, friends, co-workers, whether it's giving monetary value, whether it's giving love, giving respect, giving honor, even giving space. There are so many things that we are to give. And it kind of is the reason for living. Because if we're living and we're not giving, we're not making the most of our living. Just as it is in the Bible, we are to be a servant, if you will, for others. Taking care of those who are giving to us, who would like to give to us, but unfortunately cannot. Whether it's giving life, whether it's giving love, it's all giving. Giving is a big part of our living. Just as I here at Inspire Our Podcast am giving inspiration in hopes that it will make someone else's day brighter, give an encouraging word that could save someone's life. It's all giving. And it's an honor to do so. So in turn, it's giving that honor as well. The next one is above all else, be true to you. Now that can mean so much for so many different people. Whether it's being honest with yourself and to others, whether it's actually, for a change, putting yourself first. Because there are so many people that give so much, and you can actually give too much and neglect self. And we don't want to do that. So above all else, be true to you. Take care of your health. Take care of your needs. Speak life to yourself. Be good to you. Above all else, be true to you. And as I said, that can mean so much and be so different for each individual person. And that's whether you're speaking the truth on your past, your present, or even your future. Be true to you. The next one is find people who believe in you until you can believe in yourself. That may not apply to all, but it applies to some. We can find ourselves in, sometimes it's not on purpose. It can be incidental or situational, but you can find yourself among those who do not believe in you, who do not support you, who do not honor nor cherish you. And you have to change that. And indeed, find people who believe in you until you can believe in yourself. Now, that doesn't mean abandon those who believe in you, but it can uplift you, your self-esteem, your motivation, and that way you can believe in yourself. That way you can be the person who someone else can find who believes in them. And it's a cycle. And it can be a positive cycle, and that's always wonderful. The next one is, the more clear you are in the vision of what you want in life, the brighter the spotlight will be to lead you on the right path. That's a powerful quote right there. And given the current situation within the U.S. as well as other countries, our vision can be kind of blurry at the moment. There's so much pressure, there's so much weight placed upon us due to elections, this pandemic, and the day-to-day things that happen throughout our lives. And it can make our vision rather unclear. And what you thought, say, 8, 10, 12 months ago about what you want out of life can be distorted, changed, put on the back burner, even forgotten. And so you kind of have to find that space for yourself. Take some time to find that clarity, clear your mind, lighten your heart, and that will make that vision clear for you. And then once again, you'll know and you can see what it is you want in life. And ridding yourself of those distractions will ensure that the brighter spotlight will be there to lead you on the right path. And it's also forgetting the old things we used to focus on, the unnecessary things, the things that really don't bring meaning to our lives. Setting those aside, ridding ourselves of those can actually clear a path for you. So once again, the more clearer you are in the vision of what you want in life, the brighter the spotlight will be to lead you on the right path. And for some people, if you're spiritual, then this applies to you. There are moments in our lives to where we put God on the back burner, and things seem to get very distorted and difficult, and we kind of lose sight of our path until we take him off that back burner and put him in the forefront of our lives so he can lead us, so he can show us the path that we are to be on. And that makes a huge difference in our lives. That's the praying, the faith, walking by faith and not by sight. And if you're not spiritual and you are looking for that greater power, he is that greater power. And once you're in tune with him, things become a bit more easy to handle. It doesn't feel so stressed, so heavy. You have hope, you have that faith, and you have that desire to learn more, to mature, to grow. And it helps all through your life. Now, the next one is fear less, hope more. And that's, it's kind of self-explanatory. Fear less, hope more. We tend to fear everything that we don't understand, and that can be a huge challenge to get over. Fear losing our homes, losing a loved one, losing our job. It's so much out there that you can lose, and you fear it. So if we begin to fear less and hope more, there will actually be brighter days. And it can make you stronger, make you more resilient. And in turn, you can be that for someone else. Whether it's help, work, whatever the situation is for you. Because everyone is different. It could be mental disorder, it could be failing health, or even failing health of a relative. You may have COVID. You may have a lot of things going on that makes you feel very unstable. Or you may have already lost your home, your job, or a loved one. But don't fear. I know that's easier said than done, but it is possible. So, work on fearing less and hoping more. Now, there are a couple of sayings that I would like to share with you. And some of you may know these, and some of you may not. It might be new to you. And that's okay too. The first one is, a carpenter is known by his chips. In other words, a carpenter is known by his work, his dedication, the effort he puts in. The next one is a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. What in the world does that mean, you ask? Take, for example, right now, where we have all these things going on and we're having to truly come together to survive, to triumph over our situations. Out of, say, a family of 5 in a home, 4 of them are very strong, but there's one person that is very weak, and no one's uplifting them or speaking life to them or encouraging them. So if that one family member doesn't get stronger and is left to pretty much fend for themselves, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If that person is not strong, he or she is very weak, then the rest of that family is as well. So uplift everyone that's within your circle, within your family, within your space, period. Because family is made up of so much more than just a bloodline. And families can be defined as so many different things now. So keep in mind, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Ensure that you are all strong together. Now the next saying is, a change is as good as the rest. Well, we all know life is about change. Nothing ever stays the same. So either we roll with it or we fight against it. We fear it or we embrace it. The changes that we are going through now is as good as the rest. It makes us stronger, more resilient. It's like sandpaper. And I know I've said this on a different show, and I've said it on IHP before as well. Everything that we go through in life is a change, and it seems that some are good and some are bad. It's all how we view it. But those changes, what we go through in the change, it's sandpaper. And what does sandpaper do? It buffs out a surface. It takes it from being rough and ragged and jagged to a smooth, flowing surface. It takes all those differences and smooths them out, and just as you would stain some wood, you'd have to sand it first, make it nice and neat and workable in order for there to be a good change, in order to stain it and have it looking good in the end. And that's pretty much kind of what we're going through right now. It's different for everyone. But a change is as good as the rest. The world has changed so much over the years. And depending on the view, it's changed for the better or the worse. But it's a change no less. And it is as good as the rest. Now the next saying, and this one is kind of a split saying because there are 2 different versions of this one. One is a closed mouth catches no flies. The second version of this is a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So what do these 2, which seems to be one and the same sayings, have in common? A closed mouth. So if you're in need, you're hurting, you're depressed, you're going without, if you have a closed mouth, no one else knows. So there's no possible way to get any help. If you're being hurt by someone, if you've never opened your mouth and speak up for yourself, that person will continue to hurt you, or you won't get any help getting away from that person. No one is a mind reader. I don't care what people claim, no one is a mind reader. So a closed mouth catches no flies or gets fed. So if you're hungry, you say you're hungry. If you're hurting, you say you're hurting. That way someone can hear and understand and know what it is you're going through, and they can help you. Otherwise, no one can read your mind, so they don't know what's going on with you. And with that being said, speak up for yourself. Speak up for others. That way, there's someone that knows what's going on with you. You can receive help, or you can just get the things that you need. And no one in this world should go without anything or continue to suffer in silence. There's been too many people to do that. The time has come to speak up and stand up for yourself and for others. Now, I'm going to leave you with a spiritual quote here. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that's actually a serenity prayer. I'll say that one more time. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I want you all to know that you are loved, you are needed, you are important. You should walk, stand up tall, and act as such. Because whether you know it or not, someone is watching, especially our youth. Let's stand tall with a strong backbone, love ourselves so that we may love others, and we can be of encouragement to the world. I love you, God loves you. So take care. You have been listening to On One Radio, the talk show podcast station. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Inspire Our podcast. I wish you peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. And if you're searching for more, visit me over on my YouTube channel. The name over there is Toni on One. You can also find Inspire Hour on One Radio's Facebook page, as well as check out On One's Day One's private Facebook group. Podcasts are also available on most podcast sites and apps. And if you want to listen live and chat during a live broadcast, visit On One Radio over at Spreaker.com. We can also be found on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and WordPress. Until next time, have a blessed and productive day today.